To Callback Bites. I got two guests today. It's a first for me. I got Joe and Sara, and I got a question for both of you.
All right.
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
I'm gonna start with you, Joe. What is your favorite animated character and why?
When you asked me about this, I had to really think hard about it.
That's a that's a given.
Yeah. Um, there's like there's a s- I've always watched cartoons growing up and still watch them a lot. Probably still more live action stuff, you know. And the one I think probably sticks with me the most even now as an adult, probably Courage the Cowardly Dog himself, Courage himself. I love the fact that he's always scared all the time, freaking out, but he still pulls through. I'm I've always been a very nervous person. Like even in like the DD community, I sort of just hang back. I'm not always in the chat, not always interacting, but I'm always around. I do
Mhm.
pop in still, I-
Mhm.
but like another thing too, when it comes to courage, I used to live with my great grandmother, and
Mhm.
now take care of her when
Oh,
she actually got older and such. She passed away back in 2019, December 2nd. She was 91 years old.
very, very long life, and yeah, I'm sorry for your loss.
That's all right, man. Thank you. I was just glad I was able to be there when it happened.
Mhm.
And be probably one of the last few family members to take care of her at that.
Mhm.
I've always been pretty close to most of my grandparents. I was kind of raised by them in a way too, because like when I was born, my parents couldn't even afford to keep me. I had to live with the same great grandparent and my great grandfather, but he's passed away now for way longer.
Mhm. And go back to Courage, the dog.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just some. I always. It's weird too to think. Courage is like inspired by a lot of horror
Mhm.
movies and shows, and I've never been a fan of horror as a kid. So it's always kind of odd that's one of the few things that kind of still appeal to me.
Mhm.
Maybe, of course, it's always because he always kind of come through in the end.
Nice, nice.
And
Uh,
some of the stuff still scares, pretty scary.
Agreed. All right, it's your turn, Sarah. What is your favorite animated character and why?
My favorite animated character is Psyduck. I've ever since I was about 7, 8 years old, I've suffered from chronic headaches and migraines and stuff. And Psyduck, the Pokemon, suffers from the same affliction that I do. He's very clumsy and derpy and kind of slow-minded as well, which I've dealt with my entire life, and the headaches on top of that. It's like I'm seeing myself in a TV form.
Nice, nice. Did you ever hear of the theory that they messed up Psyduck's name and he was supposed to be Golduck, and then the other version was supposed, and then the evolved version was supposed to be Psyduck because he's gold?
Hmm,
I never heard of that.
Yeah,
that does make sense.
and gold has
Yeah,
like
I mean,
psychic properties or something, or it's believed. That's the other thing.
Hmm.
the psychic abilities of Psyduck are mixed to none, which is another reason why I like him, because even when he's suffering from a lot of pain, he's still
Oh, losing you guys.
making things as well.
That kind of reminds me of things since we're on subject of the Pokemon. I always liked Slowpoke.
I'm
He's
slow
always
book's
just
cool.
in this constant daze. Yeah,
Nice.
because I used to, especially as a kid, I used to daydream a lot. And I probably look like that too.
Hmm.
Aw, thank you. And thank you guys for both being on. And this has been another Callback Bites.